晚上9点钟准时的在这边跟我们的通勤家族、通勤学英语的通勤家族来一起练习开口讲英文，然后开创我们的双语人生。Okay, and I'm your host for tonight. I'm John, and to my right is your host. Say hello, Patty.
Hi,
Patty's a little drunk.
yeah.
Patty, 你这样太正常了，你要腔调的那种。
我等下就会消失，
等下就消失，咚，
睡着。
我们听到咚这样子，有没有？咚，就是 Patty 先睡觉了这样子。Yes, and to Patty's right is
Angel. Hello, guys.
Yes, 我们的唯一女主持啊，带状女主持，颜值担当这样子。对，然后我在这边就是就是乱说话的担当啦，哈。因为 C 位还是我们的 Patty， 然后等一下
对 C 位是 Patty，
对，然后我们等一下要听听看 Patty 有没有咚这样子，就是撞桌子的那个声音。Okay, so that we know Thank you. He's called it a night. Yes, he wrapped it up for us. All right, great stuff. So that was a little quick chat about, between the moderators, what's happening today, and we hope you guys are doing really, really well today.And coming back to the topic， 今天呢又是我们的每月例行的跟读挑战。今天的跟读挑战呢有2个文章 ，as usual, there are 2 paragraphs for you to read, and I don't know why I didn't actually think about this, but it's I didn't put things together so quickly. This was a pre-designated topic. 这个是我这个2周前去想到的，所以不知道这个 Patty 这刚好呢，今天是已经有喝了哈，所以你看今天刚刚好有2个主题，2个 paragraph，2 paragraphs. One about comedy roasts and non-alcoholic beer. Okay, so it's very, the timing is perfect. The timing is perfect.
Yep.
今天刚好就讲到，
而且我今天去的就是我们台湾的那个第一 comedy 品牌是 23 Comedy。
23 Comedy 哦，在那边做 launch party 应该很
那个是那个 owner 就是他们家的酒，就是那瓶酒
他还做酒哦。
23 Brave 就是23精酿是一个啤酒品牌，23 Comedy 也是他的，就是同一个老板。
哇，这个老板很强哎，所以他是先做 comedy house club 还是做这个 beer 起家的，还是同一时间他在做2件事？
应该是先做 beer 再做 comedy。Yeah.
Okay, so he was originally a beer guy, and then he moved on to a comedy club.
Yep.
23 Comedy is one of the de facto comedy houses in Taiwan, literally, I think. 对不对？我们可以这样说嘛，就是几乎是唯一的，然后带状的，然后就是应该大家对 comedy 有兴趣的人，应该都知道23 Comedy， 对不对？应该是这样讲啦。对，然后我是偶尔会经过，因为 Gavin 家住23 Comedy 附近，所以呢，每次去 Gavin 家的时候呢，就是会
Angel 也住附近啊。
Angel 也住附近。
Too much information, guys.
TMI 不是 Angel 不用害怕人家知道你住哪里啊，又不会怎么样，对不对？
不会怎样，
不会怎么样。
那你今天有来我家坐吗？
没有，我告诉你，他那个老板厉害，他不是只有这一间店而已。那一间店是 comedy， 他还有一间叫做 23 Music 跟 23 Public， 超多间。
Seriously, he's got 3 venues. 23 Comedy, 23 Music, and 23 what else?
Its name is Public.
23
Public.
Yeah.
23 Public.
Interesting. Public 是公开的那个 public，
对，他的名字就叫 23 Public， 我不知道为什么。
那 Public 可以干嘛？
那也是酒，也是 bar。Yeah。
然后 Music 就是有 live band 这样子。
Yep。
OK。然后23 Comedy 是其实只有做 comedy club， 对不对？
对，
没有做其他的。
对。
OK。
对，没错。
Cool. So you guys, if you guys are interested, 23 Music, 23 Comedy, 23 Public, you guys are welcome to check it out. And well, like I said, I didn't actually plan for this. 我真的没有安排，我们没有 say 好，就是2个礼拜前我都已经想好要讲这个东西了。So it just so happens to be like perfect timing for this topic. 我们又讲 comedy， 又讲到 non-alcoholic beer. All right. 那为什么讲到 comedy roast 呢？那个时候其实我不知道今天 P 要有这个活动哦。So originally I thought we recently I saw something that Brian did. OK， 我们这个什么站起来吧 Brian 对不对？对。他做了一个什么岩上 ，and then I didn't understand that。那个时候我什么岩上 ，and I'm like what the heck is that？ 然后结果我去看了，然后我就想说，Oh, isn't this just a roast？ 然后我就想说，怎么会差这么多？因为我们不会说用烤或用什么，那这叫岩上。然后 so I had to sort of look it up and understand why did we sort of call it very differently in Mandarin Chinese. So I had to check it up. And then I thought, okay, this is a great something. This is something that we usually do on a daily basis. 我今天看到一个 Netflix 呢，或者是我今天在跟人家聊天的时候呢，遇到一个我听不懂的这个主题然后他们在讲这个东西等等的，那可能是国外的东西，或者是可能台湾的东西等等的。那我们就很自然的就会去网络上查嘛。那查了以后呢，就是会变成一个 paragraph。那这个 paragraph 呢，是这两个 paragraph 就是我从 Wikipedia 去抽出来的。然后呢 ，so for our shadowing challenge, I want to simulate that idea, that effect of you trying to find a paragraph to read and trying to figure it out. Whatever is on your mind. 如果你心中有一个任何的问题的话，有疑问想要知道或了解深入任何一个文化呢，就是去比如说 Wikipedia 这种，或者是找文章等等的，然后你可能就会读几个段落。那我们今天晚上的跟读挑战呢，就是去模拟这样子的情境。就是可能今天你对 comedy 你想要更深入了解 comedy， 听到 Patty 讲了2 3 comedy 2 3music 之后呢，你想说what is comedy， what is comedy roast 等等的，这个岩上跟国外的有什么不一样等等。You want to know a little bit more, so sure, you go and Google some information, and this is what you get. Okay, so we have a paragraph on comedy roast, and then next you might be, shopping about or pub crawling maybe. Going from one pub to the other, pub crawling, bar crawling, whatever you're doing, middle of the night, for evening entertainment. You might run into, hey, there's the new Heineken non-alcoholic beer. What exactly is it? Where did it exactly come from? Maybe you are curious about these things and you Google them up, okay? So as opposed to Googling in Chinese, looking at the Chinese paragraphs, you are welcome to now Google CNN, Fortune magazine, BBC, whatever foreign media that you can try and learn from, and then in the process you're practicing your English. 所以在这个过程之中呢，如果你今天转换了，你不是查中文的维基百科，你可以去查英文的维基百科的时候呢，其实在这个过程中呢，虽然可能很多字你看不懂，或者很多字你也看得懂，然后略懂不懂的，其实你都在吸收应用英文。所以我们呢，在这边建议就是去模拟这个转换。其实你今天查字典啊、看报纸啊等等，你把这些日常生活的习惯去把它换成只看英文的时候，你久而久之就不会觉得你是在背英文单字，或者是再去强迫自己去看英文、听英文、读英文等等的。你只是我不看8点档了，对不对？我不看乡土剧了，我把乡土剧的每周的时间呢，我把它换成 Netflix， 然后都有英文的这样子。那久而久之呢，就会帮助你的听力。那你也习惯了以后呢，你就会更对英文呢，或者是对国外的文化等等种种的不同的 subject matter 不同的主题，你都会更有兴趣。OK， 就不会把它死板的当成一个学科，觉得哇好累哦，就是真的是很辛苦哈。Okay, so yes, Bo and Brian, yes, he's a very cool guy. Yes, so we've got 2 paragraphs tonight. Okay, and as usual, I mean, I can read it, Angel can read it, Petty can read it, but it's not about us today. It's about our 15 minutes fam. All right, and I just want to quickly say hi, Ashley, Greg, yeah, yes. Great to see you guys. Great to have you guys. So you know what? Let's start with this. Okay, I'm going to open the floor now. 我们现在就开放给大家来举手，然后我们来看有没有几个我们同行家族人来跟我们做一些跟读挑战。因为这个呢，不是你找的你自己去查的这个文章嘛，对不对？这可能就是你不小心 Google 出来的。那有没有要来挑战一下？我们来试看看的朋友，来我们同行家族 ，Let's open the floor for our 15 minutes fam. It doesn't really matter. If you guys want to give it a try, let's do this. Marian. Yes, I see you, Marian. Anybody else? 我们还有没
Hi,
有
John.
Good evening, Marian. How are you?
Fine.
Good. What have you been up to today?
Read English and
Really?
practice,
Really?
and
Such a good girl. 这个老师要给100
so
分。
tired.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So you need a break. Take a break. Yeah,
Yes.
try something different. Get your mind off something. Do something fun for yourself. It doesn't have to be all about studying. You have to make
Yes,
it fun for
practice.
yourself. Yeah, make it fun for yourself. So now we're going to be talking about comedy roast and non-alcoholic beer. All right. So, Marian, in the meantime, I'm going to say hello to Kimberly next. And Marian, you choose one of the paragraphs you want to work on, and then we'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Hello, Kimberly.
Hello.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Mm.
Yes. What have you been up to today?
I practiced some English today, and
Oh, really?
I
Good for
did
you.
some house chores as well.
House chores.
Yeah.
What's your favorite house chore?
Might be
There's no
cooking.
favorites. House chores just suck. House chore. bleh. I was just kidding. Yeah, nobody likes house chores. We wish we
No.
don't have to do house chores. But it's okay. Good for you. It sounds like you've had a very productive Monday. House chores and English sounds like a
Yeah.
good day to me. Yes. And if you are into a little bit of alcohol, yeah, you can pick up where Petty left off, 可以跟 Petty 接棒一下，对不对？ Petty 现在差不多到尾声了。So you can start your evening quite early. Yes, glad to have you, Kimberly. So please do check out the 2 paragraphs quickly and see which topic you would like to practice. It doesn't really matter, just choose a topic that you fancy. Okay? Let me quickly say hello to Dali and I'll come back to you guys. Yes, Dali. How are you doing
John,
tonight?
Paddy, Angel, and everyone on Clubhouse.
Ooh, so nice of you to say hello to everybody. Yes. Well, they're all listening, so they get you. Yes, Dali, and what have you been up to today?
It's my first time to speak on 15 minutes, and my another friend Huang is also on here.
Great.
So
Glad to have you guys.
Yeah.
I've seen you a couple of times. You shouldn't make yourself an audience. You should come and participate. That's the whole point.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you want to just listen, you're welcome to join the podcast. I mean, we, more than happy to have you there. But I mean, if you're here, make a point, come and say hello to us and come and just practice whenever you can, okay?
Yeah, that's
Great
why
stuff.
I want to try today.
Nice. Shouldn't try. Okay. So this is your first time. Let's not make it your last time, okay? So we want to see you more. Right.
Okay,
And let's quickly
thank
say
you.
hello to your friend Huang. Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Good
I'm
evening.
Dali's friend Huang. Good evening.
Yes. Yes. And
It's
I'm
also my
Dali's
first time
friend.
raise my hand.
Yes. So, no, it's fine. You can raise your hand all you want. It's free. We're not charging you for it. Yes. So anyway, in the meantime, Huang, you probably have already heard how we're going to proceed further. You are welcome to choose one of the 2 paragraphs. If we duplicate, so what? It doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is, you guys will read first. I'll read again.
And first of all.
Yeah. No, you don't have to go first. It's okay. But you can choose one in the meantime. Let me quickly explain this to you.
Maybe second.
No, sure. Don't worry. We will move down the ladder. Don't you worry.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is, somebody is going to. We're gonna go by order. So it's Marian, Kimberly, Dali, and you, and then they will read first, and I'll read it again, and they will have to read it again. So basically, you have to push yourself to sort of read something you're not very familiar with yet. You're gonna try and read it, and then when I'm reading it or when Angel's reading it, you have to go and pick up and listen to some of the pronunciations of the words that you have trouble with. And then the next time you try and say it, you gotta, really focus and say it. So this is the crux, the core of what shadowing is all about. Okay.
Okay.
To help you see the difference and hear the difference of you and, the material that you're working with.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're just going to give it a try. You will see the effects. It's a lot of fun. Yes. Very simple, a lot of fun. Okay. Great to have you, Huang. So let's go back to Marian. Marian, are you ready? Which paragraph would you like us
I'm
to
ready.
read? Yes,
I
perfect.
I want to choose the first one.
Comedy roast.
Yes.
Let's read the comedy roast. Okay. So Marian, like I explained to Huang earlier, you will read first. Okay.
Yes.
And it's sort of like, okay, you can do light reading. You don't have to really focus. But when I get in, I'll read it nice and slow. And then you have to try and pick up all the areas where you can improve on the following time that you're going to read out loud. Okay. So Marian, shoot, comedy roast. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're listening.
A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to joke at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the joke in good humor and not as serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called the roast matter. Anyone who is marketed in such a way is said to have been roasted.
Wow, well read. Great stuff. Good job there. Yes, Marian, well read. Yes. So again, like I said to you guys, Marian, Kimberly, Dali, Huang, they've never prepped for this. They've never checked this out. I never sent an email to them. This is their first time reading a paragraph like this. Okay. So that's why they're sort of getting used to it. You can hear it. All right. So Angel, I'm going to take the next one. You can work with Kimberly. I'll work with Marian now.
All right.
I'll read the comedy roast, and you can read the beer part.
The beer part. All right.
You are more, you can handle your liquor better.
More beer.
I can't. Yeah, I'm just cheap.
Okay. I'm a heavy drinker. I can take
Okay,
that.
cool. So I'm gonna read now for Marian, and I'm gonna read it nice and slow. So Marian can, really listen to the pace and listen to the pronunciation and also listen to maybe where she knows where she sort of was not very confident of. Okay. Comedy roast. A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the jokes in good humor and not as serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called the roast master. Anyone who is mocked in such a way is said to have been roasted. All right. Marian, did you catch that?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So let us know if you're ready to go for the next round. So after hearing me reading some of the words, you will know, oh, okay. There were a few words that you would pronounce it differently, or you would take the pause differently, or you would stress differently. Now it's time to just try and mimic and improve on what you just read the first time. Okay. Marian, ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go again.
Okay.
Yeah.
A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual, A guest of honor is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the joke in good humor and not as serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called the roastmaster. Anyone who is mocked in such a way is said to have been roasted.
Oh, well done, Marian. Okay, so Marian, if we look at the first line, let me quickly help you here. A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual,
Specific.
individual. In line 2, they use it again. In such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. Specific individual.
Specific individual.
Very nice. So you see, if the more you listen, like sort of you go back and forth between how I read it and how you read it, you will see there's a slight difference, and then every time you sort of read out loud, you can improve on it. That's the point and the purpose of shadowing. Okay. 所以我们在做跟读的时候呢，其实目的就是这样，就是去听自己讲出来的跟实际的 material 有没有中间的差别，然后我们再去调整。那你每一次在念的时候呢，只要专注几个重复的字或几个你有关注到的东西就可以了。然后这样子呢，多念几次了以后，你就会发现哦，然后跟读几次了以后，你就会发现说，哎，慢慢的越来越接近你跟读的那个 material。Okay, so roasty and roast master, roast master.
Roast master.
Yeah. So the reason why you missed the S in the second part of that word is because roast for you and mad 然后后面你就懒了 you get lazy 所以呢我们很容易呢在这种在念 compound words 的时候就是这种组合字的时候它很容易我们前面的都咬字都很 OK 然后后面的那个我们就懒比较容易懒或者是比较不专注因为字开始长了我们就觉得哇想赶快带走 so you gotta tell yourself to sort of slow down okay Marian
Okay.
But that was great. Roast master.
Roast master.
Yeah. So when you read out loud for yourself, try and not overwork it. 不要太给自己太多压力，然后或者是过分的去追求说，哦，我一定要把这个1000字念完。Sometimes, 100 to 50 to 100 words is more than enough to practice. Yeah. Sometimes it's about the quality and not the quantity. Okay.
Okay.
Great stuff, Marian.
Thank you.
Are you comfortable? Do you want to go again?
Yes, but I'm not good at this. Yes.
No, it's fine.
Need to
nobody is
practice
born
more.
good. Nobody is born good. But good try. Okay. The whole thing is you gotta give yourself an opportunity to try and use it. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to be good today, but you'll be good tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, if you catch my drift. Okay. So you remember, as we are helping Kimberly, Dali, and Huang along the way, you can also shadow at the same time. You will see that, in a very short period, you will improve quite a bit in the way you grasp the words. Okay. Great stuff, Marian. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Next, let's move on to Kimberly. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Kimberly. Which one would you like to read tonight?
The second one.
The second one. You are also a beer drinker. Very nice. Yes. Perfect for Angel. Yes, you two can hold your liquor. So Angel, you take it away and so Kimberly go ahead and you have a read. And then
Okay.
Angel will read the paragraph for you. And then we'll go back to you and you try and improve upon the first reading. Go ahead. We're ready for you.
Non-alcoholic beer. Low alcoholic beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small ale, or near beer. Low alcoholic brews, such as small beer, date back at least to medieval Europe, where they served as a less risky alternative to water and were less expensive than the full-strength brews used at
Nice.
festivals. Positive features of non-alcoholic brews include the ability to drive after consuming several drinks, the reduction in alcohol-related illness, and less severe hangover symptoms. Low alcohol and alcohol-free beers are usually lower in calories than equivalent full-strength beers.
Fantastic read. Fantastic read there, Kimberly. That was great. A lot of words repeating themselves. Beer, beer, beer all the
Beer,
time.
beer, beer.
And alcohol, alcohol, alcohol. A little bit of a tongue twister there, but you managed to navigate it
Nailed it.
brilliantly, Kimberly. That was brilliant. I mean, even for me, the saying alcohol a couple of times gets a little weird. But that was great reading there. Take it simple, take it easy. Like Kimberly, that's the way to go. You don't have to rush when you do your read out loud exercises. All right, Angel, take it away.
Okay. Non-alcoholic beer. Low alcohol beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small ale, or near beer. Low alcoholic brews, such as small beer, date back at least to medieval Europe, where they served as a less risky alternative to water and were less expensive than the full-strength brews used at festivals. Positive features of non-alcoholic brews include the ability to drive after consuming several drinks, the reductions in alcohol-related illness, and less severe hangover symptoms. Low alcohol and alcohol-free beers are usually lower in calories than equivalent full-strength beers.
Yeah, a round of
Alcohol,
applause
alcohol,
for Angel. Yes, a lot of alcohol.
a lot of alcohol. I
Yes.
enjoyed the article.
No, and also your in-flight passengers, they like to
They
drown
enjoy my
themselves in.
service, yes, of course.
Yes, they like to drown themselves because it helps them to, for anybody who's claustrophobic and who's got fear of flying,
Oh yeah,
yeah, they have to, yeah,
they
they
have to
really have to
immobilize
drown.
themselves.
That's a very interesting word, immobilize. Yes,
Immobilize
but
themselves.
that's also bad because then they can't get off the plane. You gotta
Oh, then
wheelchair them off
that would be our
the plane.
trouble.
Okay, but this is non-alcoholic beer, so this is safe, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I think Kimberly did pretty well. There are a few words that was not so she was not so confident in. So no worries, Kimberly. Let us know when you're ready to go again.
Okay, I'll go again now.
Sure.
Non-alcoholic beer. Low alcohol beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small ale, or near beer.
Perfect.
Low alcoholic brews, such as small beer, date back at least to medieval Europe, where they served as a less risky alternative to water and were less expensive than the full-strength brews used at festivals. Positive features of non-alcoholic brews include the ability to drive after consuming several drinks,
Mm.
the reduction in alcohol-related illness, and less severe hangover symptoms. Low alcohol and alcohol-free beers are usually lower in calories than equivalent full-strength beers.
Very, very nice. Nicely read there, Kimberly. And Kimberly, the only one thing I noticed between the two, your first read and now your second read, is the brews. the bruise.
Blues.
There we go.
Blues.
So I think maybe you probably are very fluent in some multiple languages. So like Japanese people, they take their R's and the L's the same. That happens if you're very good in Japanese, and that's what happens. So it will sound like blues, but actually it's bruise. The R. Yeah, bruise.
Blue.
So
Blues.
it's more like BR, burr, and then OOS. So bruise.
Blues.
Very good. Yes. But sometimes this is like a bad habit sometimes for us. Sometimes you keep saying blues, blues, blues. If you repeat it too much, then the bad habit comes back. So just keep in mind the R, the bruise.
Right.
Yeah, the bruise.
Blues.
Bruise. And your L's are perfect because this paragraph tests people who struggle with L's. Like alcohol. You see, you gotta have the two L's. It's not easy for some people. The two L's, alcohol, okay, alcoholic, low alcohol, alcohol related. You see, the L's has to be there. And some people, they skip the L's or turn the L's into R's or vice versa. So that's the only part that I think, Kimberly, you can definitely add. When you read the R, especially the bruise, with the bruise, you can think about emphasizing the R's. The bruise. Yeah.
Blue.
Brew.
Bruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the L and R like a flute and
Yes.
flute.
Fruits and flute.
Yeah.
There we go.
I need
So
to
it's a
work
little
on
bit
it.
of a tongue twister because I think over time people build up, little quirks, and it's okay. It adds to your personality sometimes. But for our sort of shadowing exercises, for our reading exercises, this is where you can take time to you notice something about yourself. It's not bad. It's if you feel you want to improve on it, then just you have to consciously tell yourself， 就是要有意识的告诉自己，看到这个 R 的时候就是 brew。Yeah, you gotta lighten that tongue a little bit. Yeah. Okay, great stuff, Kimberly. That was a great read. Yes, thank you very much. Moving on to Dali. Dali, yes, are you ready? Which
Yes, I'm ready.
paragraph do you want to read?
I want to read the former article.
You want to read the first one?
Yeah.
Comedy roast. Okay. Then, Angel, I'll take it from here. It's comedy roast. Me.
Okay.
I'm the funny guy. Yes.
Okay. Comedy roast. A roast is the form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the jokes in good honor and not a serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called a roast master. Anyone who is molded in such a way is said to have been roasted.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Dali, great. That was fantastic. Not bad. So I'm gonna read it again and see where you can see where you want to improve on your second read. And then I've heard a few things, and I thought I will give you some tips thereafter. Okay.
Okay.
Let me read the comedy roast paragraph. So, comedy roast. A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the jokes in good humor and not as serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called the roast master. Anyone who is mocked in such a way is said to have been roasted. Okay, Dali, did you hear anything that you know, that you can improve on in the second read? I hope you did.
Yeah, I try.
Cool. Great stuff. Ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Perfect. Shoot.
Okay. Comedy roast. A roast is the form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the jokes in good honor and in good in good honor and not a serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called the roast master. Anyone who is mocked in such a way is said to have been roasted.
Perfect. Good job. Yes, Dali. So where did you improve on? What part?
I
Let's
think
see.
I need to prove myself in the stop.
The pauses? Okay.
Yeah, the pause.
No, I mean, what did you improve on in the second read? What did you, force yourself consciously to do better in the second read?
The how to explain the pause in the sentence.
The pause in the sentence, you were listening to the pauses. That was great. Anything else? The pronunciation of any words? 有哪一个字你有特别去强，就是有去调整吗？
Like the sentence,
Uh-huh.
the party and the presentation itself are both refers to. Then I pause.
Ah, very good. I'm glad you caught on to that. I'm glad you caught on to that. Okay. And actually, you did, in your first read, the way you read specific was a little, was a little strong with the sp. Specific. You were, in your first read, you were a little strong. In your second read, you managed to mimic a little bit of the way I sort of pronounce it, specific. So lighter on the specific.
Specific.
Very nice. And also, in your first read, your criticism and insult, you actually read insult. You missed the L. But the second time, you didn't miss the L. So that was great. And criticism, you were a little unsure of in your first read as well. So criticism or insult.
Criticism or insult.
Yes. And then the third line, in good humor. The first line is a form of humor. That humor you got. But the third line, humor, you would read it honor.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this is what happens, Dali, is sometimes you're reading, like you're very focused on reading the words, but you're not saying it loud. So this shows that you don't, this is actually just one way to tell, you don't actually do reading out loud activities as often as you should.
哦，
就通常你脑袋在想的，就是我们眼睛看到的是16，可是嘴巴讲出来是60。It happens. It happens to everybody. But it just means that the way your left and right brain is wired, it's not in sync. 它没有同步的，所以你眼睛看到的跟嘴巴讲出来是不一样的。Okay, so it happens. It happens. So I highly recommend you, like you're doing this like really easily, and you've gone the next step. You are listening to the pauses, okay, as opposed to just the pronunciation of the words. So you've taken the next steps. So I think this is a great activity for you to try out. For yourself, if you have time, like on the MRT or you're taking coffee breaks, you should do these shadowing exercises. It will help you, with your reading and your confidence in reading a paragraph.
I will try. Thank you.
Great stuff, Dali. Yes, let's move on to Dali's friend Huang. Yes, we're all friends of Dali now, so technically we're Huang's friend as well.
Hello.
Yes, I'm just trying to complicate things. Never mind me, Huang.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's okay.
Yes. Have you chosen your topic? Which one would you like to read tonight?
I want try to the lesson one. Second one.
The second one.
Yes.
Okay, you have to remember your L's. You've already seen how Kimberly did it, and you've already heard how Angel does it. They can handle their beer, so alcohol, no problem. They can pronounce it with ease. 不能喝酒不够强的人，那个 alcohol 讲不太出来。All right, so Huang, you're gonna read. Yeah, you're gonna read one time, and then Angel will read it one time for you, and then we go back to you, and then you can try and improve upon your first read.
Okay.
Perfect. Go.
Non-alcoholic beer. Low alcohol beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small ale, or near beer. Low alcoholic brews, such as small beer, date back at least to medieval Europe, were less served as a less risky alternative to water and were less expensive than the full-strength brews used at festivals. Positive features of non-alcoholic brews include the ability to drive after consuming several drinks, the reduction in alcohol-related illness, and the less severe hangover. Symptoms: low alcohol and alcohol-free beers are usually lower in calories than equivalent full-strength beers.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Great stuff. Did you practice a little bit before your turn, Huang?
Yes, I practiced.
I thought so. I can hear it. This is not your first rodeo. This is not your first time.
It was amazing.
对呀，刚
Thank you.
刚那个他们都会卡一下，我就在听说他到底卡哪个字，我要等一下，我在认真听，就没有卡的啊。这个就是你知道，这个就是那种同学哦。Angel 一定会有遇过，对不对？以前我们小时候都会有那种同学，
小妙丽吗？
我昨天都没有读，然后每次考试他都考100，然后你读的要死要活，只考80的那种。
I was nervous, so I practiced.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Juan, we know everybody's nervous online, but don't worry, we don't see your face. It's not 看不到脸啦，没事啦。So Angel's gonna read for you, and then I want you to think about where are the particular words, word pronunciation, pauses, or something that you can improve on in your second read. Okay.
Okay.
So try and pay attention and focus on the read.
Okay.
Yes. Shoot, Angel.
Okay, that was a good one, Juan. All right. So, non-alcoholic beer. Low alcohol beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small ale, or near beer. Low alcoholic brews, such as small beer, date back at least to medieval Europe, where they served as a less risky alternative to water and were less expensive than the full-strength brews used at festivals. Positive features of non-alcoholic brews include the ability to drive after consuming several drinks, the reductions in alcohol-related illness, and less severe hangover symptoms. Low alcohol and alcohol-free beers are usually lower in calories than equivalent full-strength beers.
Perfect. Great stuff there, Angel. Yes. That's amazing.
L.
The L's.
L.
The crazy L's.
Yeah,
the crazy
L.
L's.
There were like 100 L's
Crazy
in the paragraph.
L's. Yes. Yes. Okay. I heard some interesting like little quirks. People, when we read very naturally, sometimes we're like, and from almost I've done 1,800 episodes of daily shadowing now. 就是我们的跟读单元大概如果要整个退到4年前的这个节目 大家如果有听跟读单元的，其实我们现在已经大概1800多集了。然后呢，你念久了以后，你就想说我每个礼拜都要念，就是这些文章，然后念自己，然后自己还要 play back， 然后要后置，要听这个，所以我就很清楚知道说我自己有什么问题，然后我就很容易去听一些特别的地方，或者是我在念的时候就会特别 stress 某个地方等等的。So it comes like to me now, it's almost natural, like I zone in, like I really zone in when I start listening to stuff. 这个就让我有时候听那个电视啊，就很方便。这个技能1800个 episode 之后呢，听我现在看电视都不用看，用听的，因为我那个听力就已经很 focus， 我每天在后置自己的东西都要很 focus， 就变职业病，你知道吗？就是电视机拿来当
很敏感，
这样非常非常敏感，对。所以呢，这等一下呢就跟大家分享一下，你们一定可能没有听到这个东西哦，对。Juan, whenever you are ready, you are welcome to go again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Low alcohol beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small beer, small ale, or near beer. Low alcoholic brews, such as small beer, date back at least to medieval Europe, where they served as a less risky alternative to water and were less expensive than the full-strength brews used at festivals. Positive features of non-alcoholic brews include the ability to drive after consuming several drinks, the reduction in alcohol-related illness, and the less severe hangover symptoms. Low alcohol and alcohol-free beers are usually lower in calories than equivalent full-strength beers.
Wow, that was great. Great improvement there. Good job, Huang. So
Thank you.
which part did you consciously improve? 你有很下意识，这个很有意识的去改变的第二次 read 的部分有哪些地方？
The low alcoholic brews and
The brews, right? Low alcoholic brews. The brews. I noticed you wanted to make sure the brews, the R is there. Very nice. Yes.
and the full strength. My first time say full strength.
Full strength. Yes.
And severe hangover symptoms. My first time I say severe hangover
Yeah.
symptoms.
Yes.
And the second time I try to say severe hangover symptoms. 比较流畅。
Great. You were trying to read them together. Great. 对，因为有些名词它，比如说我们这边段哦，就是说跟刚刚达利的一样，就是他有听到我那个顿点哦，我在换气的那个点，因为有时候你不可能一个句子就一直念嘛，对不对？You can't read the whole sentence like 15 words, so you gotta know when to take a pause. So Dali was very good at that, and you are also very good at that. But here, couple of things. The brews, I heard that. And one thing I want you guys to try, the first line. 我们 first line 是不是有 low alcohol beer is also known as light beer, non-alcoholic beer, small beer, and then what? Small beer 之后那个是什么？
Small ale.
Ah, very good. Small ale.
It's right.
Yeah.
Ale.
So here's the thing. Huang, that's ale. 它其实是 ale， 所以呢，很容易我们这个 ale 呢就会把它念 l， 那是 ELLE 的那个杂志有没有？你们女生的杂志 L， 它是 L magazine， 那是 EA， 然后这个是 ale， apple， 对 ale。那 ale 呢 ，ginger ale。Ginger ale 这个东西呢，就是那个什么姜汁啤酒、姜汁汽水这种东西，对。那
Ginger ale。
所以这个 ALE 呢，很多人都会陷入那个看到 LE 那个视觉看到 LE 就会觉得是 L， 可是那个 A 呢，其实才是重点， 它的那个vowel 才是重点。ale very good you pronounced it correctly 所以这个地方呢这个 this is a trick 这就是 one of those trick words 因为真的很少见这个没有喝啤酒的人不会看这个字他可能不会念的他不需要会念的
老师我要说个笑话
怎样
我们在受训的时候不是有这个 ginger ale 吗然后我们有同事没有喝过他就念 ginger ale 这也蛮像的啦
对会啊就是他
ginger ale
对因为其实台湾没有地方买这个啊
蛮少
很少啊
蛮少
然后你去那种有的地方你也不会去 order ginger ale
right
这是很奇怪的对就是国外呢他会比如说 sometimes overseas you know, you want a day out, right? And then you bring your little niece and nephew to the pub. It's okay. 因为他们去 pub, 他们就是喝牛奶或喝别的，或 ginger ale, right? 可是在台湾呢，你就想说一个成人，然后带着小朋友去 pub 那种，那一定被打死，那一定被警察抓走，对不对？
我来跟大家讲为什么是 ale 好了。这个终于有我可以讲的东西。
不是你醒了我还以为我在等你听。
你刚睡了吗？
对，我在听你。
因为我们啤酒有2个大的做法，一个就是大家在超商买上台啤、海尼跟那个我们叫做拉格，然后现在开始比较多，我们会大家如果知道的精酿啤酒，大部分的精酿啤酒会是 ale
啊，
所以啤酒应该讲啤酒分2个制作方式，一个叫上层发酵跟下层发酵。那下层发酵就是低温发酵，那是比较需要很大的工厂，然后需要去低温，比较难制作的。就是等于说要比较多工业精密计算的会叫做拉格，因为它有一次很大量。然后我们讲的就是手工，就是 craft beer 这种东西，就是高温发酵的，所以它都是 ale， 那个分类就叫 ale，所以你常会看到一些奇奇怪怪的口味的啤酒，比较容易是 ale。所以像 ginger ale 为什么叫 ale 的原因，就是因为它也是高温发酵的。就是高温发酵就是你加了酵母啊，加了麦啊，或加了什么啤酒花等等之类，拿去煮沸，然后最后再就让它变成酒。
那就发了，它是要加温去发。
对，那种就叫做 ale， 那种类型的酒就叫 ale，所以 ginger ale 是这个意思。对，
原来
没错
这样子。没问题，
好，
所以上层发酵，下层发酵，不是这个，我觉得简单易懂，这个也 OK， 对，就是不会让人家听到 key 笑就可以了，嘿 ，OK 的，这个没问题。所以 ale 这个东西呢，在我们 pronunciation， 其实这个就是因为真的很少见 ，so it's OK。就我们念错了，其实就是这样，对不对？好，可是这个东西就是因为我们很少见，我们不接触啦，所以其实大家多去华山啊，多去这个不同的这个 park， 对不对？该喝的就喝，该 try 的就 try， 不要
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Don't worry about the consequences. Just try. Enjoy your life. The world is your oyster. OK， 这个美好世界就等你去探索，所以就会对这些东西你会慢慢的会有敏感度哦。比如说你去吃意大利的这个餐厅啊，你去看那个 menu， 对不对？然后看，为什么这个字是这样怎么念？然后久而久之你就会念了。然后等等的，这就是去吸收那个文化跟它的 language。那这样你就不会好像我一定要去意大利文的学校，或者是教这个上课里面呢，然后去就是反复念这些字啊等等的，它就不会很自式化。你就在日常生活中吸收，就非常非常简单。OK。That was perfectly read, Huang. So that was ale. And Huang, another word that I actually heard you consciously changed was medieval Europe. Medieval Europe. Yeah, 因为你第一次念的时候是 medieval， 那个 medi 那个 e 没有出来，那个 di 没有出来，所以呢，你第二次我有发现你是念 medieval Europe. That it's great. 然后第三个third line less risky alternative， 因为你第一次念是 alternative， 所以第二次你就改过来了 alternative very good。 对，所以这个就是跟读法哦，它的 magic。其实我没有特别点出来，你可能自己都不是很 aware。可是呢，就是因为你一直反复的去自己讲过一遍，然后听过一遍，自己讲过一遍，听过一遍了以后，你慢慢的不管从 pause 啊，不管从 pronunciation 啊，不管从哪一个不同的地方，你就会慢慢被这个你在跟读的这个 material 去吸引了。 你就会一直往它靠。那久而久之呢，你自然的掌握度就会变高。对 ，OK， so good job there, Huang. Very, very
Thank
good
you
job.
very much.
Yes, you are welcome. Yes, and we have in the chat room. 小师姐说，相对高温的状况下，加入酵母反应跟啤酒花产生风味。哇塞，这又是一位这个行家了哈。对，这个太厉害了。以后 Patty 就可以，我们来办一个那个通勤家族 pub crawling， 有没有？一个 pub 换到下一个 pub 这样。对，可以 Patty 可以想一下，这个以后路线哈，解封了以后，我们来想个路线这样子。And then next we have CT. Hello CT. 我们老朋友 CT 又来啦。
Hello, John.
Hey, what's up, CT?
Eddie. Hello,
How are
Angel.
you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight, my man?
I would like to try the first
Okay.
one.
Ooh, you want to go with comedy? Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go with comedy. So shoot. Ready when you are.
Okay. Comedy roast. A roaster is a form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastie is about to tackle jokes in a good humor and not a serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the events is called a roaster master. Anyone who is mocked in such a way is said to have been roasted.
Ooh, CT,
Thank
good
you very
job.
much.
Nice. Good job, CT. That's really,
Thank you.
really good. Yeah. You read that? Did you practice
Really?
it before you read it a couple of times? Or this is your first read?
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
But I think this vocabulary for me is more unfamiliar for me. Yeah. So
Unfamiliar
I
to
try
you?
this.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Then you should go and check out Brian's stuff. 就是那个什么伯恩夜夜秀啊，他们那个做演上 ，Yeah, you can go check them out. Comedy Central, they also have Comedy Central roasts. 都还不错. You can go watch them. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
will
can
try.
explore them a little bit. I think it's on Netflix as well, if I'm not mistaken. 如果我的记忆是对的话，应该是 Netflix 好像也有你 key 那个 roast， 它就会有这种，你可以听看看，就是这些搞笑的来吐槽大赛这样子。Okay, so I'm going to read it one time for you, CT, and then we will come back. I didn't hear much of a problem. There were only a few things that I thought, hey, let's see if you and I are on the same page. Okay, we'll come back and I will comment on it later once you've done your second reading. Okay, so I'm going to do my reading now. Comedy roast. A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse the event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastee is able to take the jokes in good humor and not as serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the event is called the roast master. Anyone who is mocked in such a way is said to have been roasted.
Good. Perfect.
All right. So that's me like really focusing and paying attention and reading something properly. Okay. So CT, you go ahead with your second read.
Okay, I try again.
Go, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoot.
Comedy roast. A roast is a form of humor in which a specific individual, a guest of honor, is subjected to jokes at their expense, intended to amuse their event's wider audience. Such events are intended to honor a specific individual in a unique way. The implication is that the roastie is about to take the jokes in good humor and not as serious criticism or insult. The party and presentation itself are both referred to as a roast. The host of the events is called a roast master. Anyone who's mocked in such way is said to have been roasted.
Very nice. Good job there, CT.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So CT here, the second read, your first read specific individual that was perfect. Your second read, you were very conscious about it. 你就加重音了哈。所以你就把 specific 这个就念比较重一点，那可能是，可是你第一次其实就蛮自然的 ，it's actually good，对，第一次。Okay, so keep it natural, keep it light for yourself. And what I noticed was the individual. Very nice. Individual. Your first read was more natural than the second read. 所以可能第二次呢，你觉得说你要特别去加强强化。对，有时候就过分了啦，然后自己太执着这个东西。So you can keep it light, okay? And the criticism or insult. Very nice. Insult. 然后第一次 CT 第一次跟第二次呢，third line 第三行哦。The implication is that the roastee is able to. 这个 is able to 呢？对，这个 able to 呢，第一次念跟第二次念都没有念 able to。
Is able to, is about to.
Yeah， 你变成
is
about to， 对，所以可能你就是说，像我们有这种状况的时候呢，我通常的观察是这样，就是可能你下意识你常常爱用 about 这个字，久了呢，它就会去固化。那你看到类似 A B 开头的，你都把它念 about。对，所以这个有时候这个要特别去听自己的一个小小的坏习惯。那只是说我们现在有听到了，那我们就要想办法去 overcome 它，就是要把它处理掉，要不然呢，这久而久之累积了以后，其实你会很卡，在念东西的时候会变得很卡。
了解。
So I think it's great. We all learn something every day. So CT, the best you can do is 就怎么样去 overcome 你现在这个坏习惯呢？就是不要我们现在很多时候大家可能在练习的时候，就是比如说我刚刚我们讲说把 able 念成 about， 然后回来呢，然后我们就会下意识就是 able 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 is able 这样就是这样硬念哦。可是你没有发现，其实它是不自然的，因为什么会这样呢？是这一行是 The implication is that the roastee is able to take the jokes in good humor。它是这一段是这样子的，它是整句嘛，对不对？可是当你只是一直 able 的时候，其实不会帮忙。It doesn't help you. Okay, so you gotta go back, and the way you iron out your bad habits， 就是把你的这些坏习惯去处理掉呢，就是要把整句一定要倒回去整句。
Read full sentence。
对，因为呢，以后你在这个 able 看到这个 able 的时候，它会在一个整句里面，它不会是单字。就说只会念这个单字，对我们来说不重要，我们要把整个句子念得很顺畅，或者是讲出来很顺畅。That's what we're going for. Okay, so you can give that a practice. 如果有遇到之后在跟读上的这个过程之中呢，有找到自己的小坏习惯的时候呢，就是再倒回去前后的一行，再把它重复念几遍，念顺。它可能就是那几个 combination is able to， 就是这个前面有一个 z， 然后后面有 to 这个地方呢，会让你的 able 变成 about。对，所以你要整段去念，然后把它处理了以后呢，之后你就会发现会比较顺。
就是它的断句跟它的抑扬顿挫要。
没错。然后还有这个坏习惯呢，通常都不是第一天就累积的。我们的坏习惯就跟我们的体重一样，那都是堆积来的。对，吃垃圾食物吃久了来的，或者是没有练习吃来的，对不对？所以这个呢，我们这个 activity 呢，也可以说是一种还债啦。就是说，你自己听完了以后，听了你的 material 以后，就发现，哎呀，原来这个 对不对？这个高富帅长得是这样，对不对？那我们自己是有高，对不对？有富啊，没有帅啊，这帅要补充这样子，对不对？好，所以这个就是我们自己一直去可以去比较啦。那这种的 activity 呢，其实多数的应该是说这个练习方法呢，其实多数大家已经有国高中底子英文的，已经有念过课文的等等的，这些通勤家族们，其实跟读法是最有效的，去加强你对这个文章的掌握，或者是对听力的掌握，或对念文章的掌握，这个是最有效的。因为不是你没有底子，你不用再去背单字了。其实你已经要去注重说，我每天怎么样去做一些跟读的这些用一些跟读法来念一些自己身边相关的这些article。其实很快你就会发现，其实以前的背的单字呢，不是不见了，是都还在脑海里面，只是你不知道怎么样去组装
用它。
对，你要使用它。对，然后用久了以后，你才会有质疑嘛。像今天 CT 就会来说，我这些字，我虽然字我看得懂，可是整个概念构造或讲 comedy roast 这个东西，我没有 idea，
没有感觉。
所以我没有感觉。我现在念看一看，那可能念2次、念3次，明天你看伯恩的这个炎上脱口秀啊什么的，久而久之你就是你的生活了。其实你就不用去记它了，你就可能爱上了这个 comedy roast。你可能一集一集跟着看，对，那 and that's what we're trying to achieve. You shouldn't see it as a subject that you're trying to study. 不能像过去像一个学科，比如说这个 Newton's law， 对不对？牛顿的这个定律，我们要这样背的。其实英文这样子其实是非常枯燥无味的，这对大家来说是没营养的哈。
对，
所以今天呢，我们非常谢谢 Marian、Kimberly、Dali、Huang and CT 来帮大家做一些简单的跟读示范，也谢谢他们来挑战自己哦。And that's the way you do it, okay? That's the way you do it. Give yourself the opportunity and use English every day. 那今天呢，我到这边，我看他刚好刷到 Room Chat 哦，哇，整个聊起来了。大家这个小狮子就是行家这样子，然后呢，然后 Angel 就说渴了，就大家在 chat room 里面就开始互相推荐 beer 了哈。所以呢，这个有时候呢，就是刚好这个 subject 不见得说英文一定是要学英文，它是一种探索生活、探索这个生活不同的这个美好的一个方式哦。Okay, so we are super glad to have you guys, and as usual.That's a wrap for today. 我们今天已经到10点17分了，所以到这边大家也知道接近尾声了。那我们的通勤学英语呢的直播室就到今天告一段落。那我们通勤学英语的 podcast 呢，可以欢迎大家，如果没有听我们的 podcast， 可以欢迎大家去订阅我们的 podcast， 就透过 Apple Podcast 啦、Google Podcast 或 Spotify 都可以。那另外，如果你有兴趣来跟我们参加这个在上台来练习的时候呢，除了我们老朋友 CT 啦、Marian、Dali 这些通勤家族的朋友们来，不管是你第1次、第2次或第几次都没有关系，欢迎你每周一就是给自己，不管你是有听到 podcast 在自己做练习，或者是你想要来这边每周一的晚上来跟大家、来跟我、跟 Patty、跟 Angel 来一起练习英文，我们都非常非常欢迎。然后呢，今天的这个节目呢，我们会把它稍微做一个剪辑哦，做一个浓缩，让大家好在大概1周后呢，我们就把它当做一个 podcast 去放送哦，让大家可以去回顾、去 review。那到时候呢，自己也可以听看看你今天的这个听到的东西是不是跟 John 老师听到的一样呢？对不对？是不是跟听到 Angel 的，是不是跟自己当场今天听到的一样呢？也可以做一些比较。那我们今天非常谢谢大家的参加 We thank you very much for your participation, and we will catch you in the next one. Over and out from me, John, and to my right, Petty.
Hey.
Petty's still there. Petty's not falling asleep. Great. And then to Petty's right is
Angel. We'll catch you next Monday.
Catch you next Monday, you guys. 谢谢大家，我们下礼拜见。谢谢大家，
Bye bye.
谢谢。